You were tuned in to episode 113, the Goodfellas podcast. It's your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. I got my main man here. He got his pimp robe on, so y'all about to get the smoke today. VP Shane in the building. What's going on, little bro?
All good, man.
Hey, listen, we had a real good show yesterday. For the people that didn't tune in, definitely catch the replay of that. Big shout out to Boxing First Vlog. He'll be in here in a minute. Before we even get started, G5JeffTV.com. I repeat, G5JeffTV.com. Third season of the Boxing Prediction Fantasy League. $500 to the winner, $200 for second place, $100 for third place. We got a side pot going on. It's the best boxing fantasy league out there, period. It starts this Saturday with AJ and Usyk. You can make your picks months in advance. Like I said, we don't really ever ask you for any money or anything like that, but we asking for this one. We asking for this one. Go to G5JeffTV.com. Go register.
Completely free to play.
Completely free to play. Like, all we want you to go in is make your picks, talk your shit if that shit come out true. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Shane. He basically the architect behind that. And we should have a good season, man. But big shout out to Joseph Wilt, winner of the first season. Big shout out to Will Stokes, winner of the second season. And they'll tell you they got paid and the seasons was fun, man. Like, they were entertaining. But this year we got a bunch of different elements to it. And it's gonna be great, you know, for sure. So for the people that's listening, G5JeffTV.com, man, for sure. Like, and let's get this thing up and going. I just want to talk shit to somebody after Saturday, so I got to put my picks in probably tonight. And
I like to do mine relatively after the weigh-in.
I do, but with AJ and Usyk, I don't need to see the weigh-in for
I need to see the weigh-in, bro, because I don't know I know the method of the method.
Oh, you know what? My man Brennan is in the building, man. Brennan Smith in the building. What's going on with you, bro?
You need to get into the league, bro. $500 for the winner.
G5JeffTV.com, man. Please get in, man. Make your picks, man. It's free, bro. It's free. It's free.
You even get money if you finish second and third, bro.
You ain't gonna get that nowhere else, man. He said I think Usyk will win. Brennan, do you have a weird feeling about that? We're gonna get into it in a minute. But I was talking to Shane off camera. Like, I just got a weird feeling about this fight. Like, I don't know. Like, I got a weird feeling.
I was feeling the same thing, bro. I'm feeling, I was real confident at the first fight. I just thought that Usyk may win, but he may not give him on the cards. I was thinking Usyk's probably gonna win if I had to put down an honest bet. Maybe AJ might get a stoppage potentially, but I was leaning towards Usyk. In this fight, I should be more convinced that Usyk will win, but it's heavyweight boxing, bro. It's heavyweight boxing.
And there's a couple things, and for the people that don't know, I talk to Shane just as much off camera as I do on camera. And we were talking about this yesterday, and I'm like, yo, like, the first fight, there was no doubt in our mind Usyk was going to win the fight. Like, it wasn't even close. And this, we both was like, I don't know what it is. I went back and watched some of Eddie Hearn's, like, comments and videos and stuff, and I'm like, he looked like that dude that got the two-headed coin. Like you said, he know he not going to lose. Like, that usually when Eddie Hearn talking like that, 9 times out of 10, his fighter wins the fight.
I mean, other than the Canelo one.
But I think Canelo could be in a windstorm and Eddie Hearn, I think he'll get out of that unscathed. So, you know, he's just a fan, you know, at the end of the day. But I got a weird feeling about this fight. And it's not like a weird feeling in the sense of like
AJ's not a good fighter.
AJ's right. AJ's not a good fighter. I'm like, it's a weird feeling in the sense of like no result would be surprising to me.
Literally,
that's it, right?
No result. The only result that would potentially surprise me is if AJ legitimately won on points. That's the only result that will surprise me. If he won on points, controversial, and I can see that. If he won on points, if Usyk wins on points, I can see that. If AJ wins by stoppage, I can see that. If Usyk wins by stoppage, I can
I
see
can
that.
see
The
that.
only thing that I would say, will be shocking, and I still won't even say a shock because AJ can get multiple knockdowns and still win on points. But if AJ won legitimately on points, I will be surprised. That's probably the most surprising result that will be for me. For me, I feel
Yeah.
like the fight break is broken down pretty simple. And you look at a dude, southpaw stance versus orthodox stance. The heavier man versus the lighter dude. Personally, I'm looking at Usyk is naturally evasive. AJ's coming with ultimate aggression. He has 5 rounds to get the job done, in my opinion. Some people say 6, but I feel he has 5 rounds to get the job done. Because if he's come with a certain amount of aggression, what you also got to look at is the fact that with this aggression means you're also defensively not as aware. You're much more open for counter shots. And we saw him get hit with counters all night in the first fight. You know, that backhand left couldn't miss from the southpaw stance. You know,
No, that's a
so
fact.
my issue is, and it's very simple.
Mhm.
How much damage can AJ cause in the first 4 rounds? We know AJ Usyk can be attacked in the first
Right.
half of the fight because we saw it against Derek Chisora.
Chisora.
But
Yeah.
Chisora's used to being countered. He's used to being offensively vulnerable, and he's fought that his whole style. And you could arguably say Chisora probably has a better chin than AJ. You know,
Correct. Correct.
so
Correct.
in my personal opinion, I just feel like how much damage can AJ put in that first 5 rounds? If he can't get him out of there in the first 5 rounds and he's actually emptied the gas tank or at least half of the gas tank, he's in trouble. He's in serious trouble because
Yeah.
Usyk makes you work when you want to rest. And that's the biggest problem. That's the biggest
Yeah.
problem.
Let me run through these comments real quick, man. Brendan Smith, he said, but can he get the unanimous decision? What, like Shane said, it depends. Like if AJ get multiple knockdowns, he can get it. But the thing is, I could see that happening. It's heavy. I could see that in any heavyweight fight. Like there could be a knockdown in any heavyweight fight. He said, I
But
feel he will win, but I don't think they will give it to him.
they gave it to him
Um,
the first time.
yeah, like so I mean, and that was in AJ's backyard.
Yeah, if they were gonna
Um,
rob him, they would have robbed him in the
They'd
first
have
fight.
robbed him in the first fight. We wouldn't even be in this position. Boxing first vlog, it says devices not connected. So I don't know if you're on something outside your phone, like yesterday. Whatever setup you had yesterday, go back to it. Um, Let me see. Andre Southgate in the building. What's going on? I know Wayne ain't got to tell you, man. G5FTV.com,
He's
third
already made his
season.
picks. I think he's
Okay,
already
all right,
made his
all right.
picks.
I'm just double checking. Salute all here listening. Did I just hear Shane say you could see AJ winning by stoppage? Going to have a coffee. Must have not heard right.
No, bro,
I,
I've never.
bro.
AJ's heart is what I've questioned. AJ's chin is what I've questioned. You can't question his ability. Offensively, AJ is the best heavyweight in the division. He's the best heavyweight
I,
offensively. No one puts punches together as good as AJ. No one can attack from multiple ranges as good as AJ. Match with the hand speed, punch power. You know, he's got
he's
his overall repertoire in terms of out and out offense is better than every other heavyweight. So of course he can knock any heavyweight out.
Yeah, Southgate is from a heavyweight perspective. If you're a heavyweight and it's a heavyweight fight, there's a chance it can happen. And Usyk is on camera saying that AJ hurt him in that fight. And you could see that he hurt Usyk in that fight. And the main punch, we'll get to the specifics a little later, but the main shot he was hitting him with was that counter right hand.
Yeah,
That counter right hand over the top. And it was straight, not the looping shot, that straight right hand over the top. And he was having success with that. So and Usyk is not we haven't seen a lot from Usyk like this camp. So I don't know.
yeah. I mean, to me, sorry to cut you off, bro.
No, you good, you good. My man Boxing First Vlog in the building. What's going on, big bro?
What's happening with y'all? How y'all feeling?
Everything straight,
Surviving,
bro.
bro.
Everything straight. Run through these last few real quick. Brennan said, but AJ don't look like he will win. We gotta wait till fight night, man. 2 weeks ago, I would have agreed with you 100%, Brennan. I just got a weird gut feeling.
I feel like when you look at looks, I feel like what you're gonna see is if after 5 rounds, Usyk is still there, you're gonna see panic in AJ. You're gonna see a little bit of unease, and he's probably gonna get a bit desperate. And at that stage, you're gonna see how mentally strong he is. Because
Yeah,
if the dude's still there after he's thrown the kitchen sink at him, then you're probably gonna look at it and think, can I actually beat this dude? When that creeps into your mind, bro, that's the first sign of defeat.
yeah. Bruce, my man, Bruce in the building. Big shout out to Bruce, man. He got one of the best channels out here, man. If you're not subscribed to Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more, please go subscribe, man.
Bruce, I need to message you directly. I don't know how to. I got a real good idea for you. I got a real good idea. Please.
You know what? If I got his phone number and matter of fact, Bruce, can I send Shane your email and have Shane email you? Just give me the green light on that. Andre Southgate, Bruce, my boxing son, Chris G in the building. He said, I think if AJ doesn't get Usyk out in six, he's in trouble, in my opinion. But throwing everything in the first few is the best chance he has and impose his size.
Facts.
Brennan, AJ doesn't look like he is all there all week.
It's difficult to tell. It's difficult to tell.
It's they winding down camp. So he said I have Tim Witherspoon coming on tonight. Oh yeah, bro, I'm gonna tune in for that. But man, tell him to holler at us, man. Like for sure, that offer's still on the table. Bruce said yeah, give Shane whatever he wants. So I'm gonna shoot you his email.
Yeah, bro. I got a real good idea for you and for us as the panel and yourself, bro. Like I love what you do. And I love, trust me, I love what you do. So I do have a good idea.
Bruce is one of the best doing it for sure. But let's get Boxing First Vlog up in here, man. AJ Usyk, man, talk to me.
I'm interested why he thinks he can blow him away with just a short time with Robert Garcia. And the fact that he feel like personally he has trouble with southpaws. Like he wouldn't have said that if he don't feel like he had issues with southpaw style fighters. So now when I guess you think you got a tip or two that you think you can blow him away, I find that, I don't know, I just find that an interesting mindset to take. And then if you do feel that way, why are you putting it out there? Where, like, I don't know, man. Some comments I think boxers shouldn't, or some questions I think they shouldn't answer. You know what I mean? Just like, because you confuse us to make us, like, some guys think he can get something done inside 5 rounds when boxing is a championship fight. It's 12 rounds, so you can't prepare to fight for 5-6 rounds. You got to be prepared to fight for 12. And then on the flip side, Usyk with the bulking up, not looking the sharpest big guy. He ain't got a lot of tone going on over there. So, you know what I mean? He's still looking like a keg at the bottom. So I'm confused about him trying to gain more size, but, not be no 6-pack type of dude. So that's interesting in itself. Will he lose his legs? Because, when they met face to face in the ring, you see him try to act like he was still going to box a little bit with the back off move. So I don't know. It's hard fight to call. I got Usyk. You know what I mean? I think I called a 8-round knockout by Usyk. I just think if he is able to box with that size, it's going to be trouble for AJ. And AJ, in my estimation, he got to be on the stick. He got to be bouncing and bobbing and weaving from the outside. He's not a dog like that to just go in there and maul somebody. I don't see that. I don't see his nature changing at this point in his career.
I agree with that, but to me, bro, and this is what I feel like is the key punch, bro. You know what the key punch is, Jeff? And I'm pretty sure you're gonna say the same thing. Just have one guess.
For you, for AJ,
what would you say? I think we're on the same page. What would you say?
Did I mention it earlier in this? I think I mentioned it
No,
earlier.
nah,
No,
okay.
well, it got no. Well, it got it. Hold on, well, it gotta be the uppercut then.
You think it's that? I think,
I
bro.
think
I
it's
think
that.
it's the slap left hand, bro. You got to center Usyk, bro. You have
So
to center Usyk.
so here's the problem
What
with
the
that
fuck
though.
is wrong with this guy?
9 times out of 10, you can center a guy like that. But the way Usyk moves is really hard to center him on a consistent basis. It's
I hear
very
you,
hard
but
to center him on a consistent basis.
the only way you can land that right hand consistently is if this dude is on the inside of your left leg. The moment you're on the outside of your left leg, that right hand is a difficult punch to land consistently, especially off the back of the jab. We all know the key weapon or the key advantage for a southpaw against an orthodox is very difficult for orthodoxes to land their jab just because of the pouring right hand. So you have to center him with that slapping left hand to get him down the pipe.
Yeah,
And I don't know if that's gonna work, but to me, I feel like that's what I would have been working in this fight because your feet ain't quick enough to adjust to Usyk. It's not quick enough to adjust.
I think that traditionally speaking, the slapping left hand is gonna get Usyk centered. Agreed, 100%. Now, where he was having success with the right hand, with the lead right hand, was actually his transition from defense to offense.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's where he was getting the right hand off at. I think he has to get on the ends. I think he's gonna have to. He needs to steal the first 3 rounds. Like he just out hustle, do whatever you need to do to get the first 3 rounds in. If he can get the first 3 rounds in and go up 3-0, which is possible because Usyk is not the fastest starter in the world. Like Chisora got the first 2-3 rounds on. So it's possible for him to get the first 2-3 rounds, but he has to land something significant and something heavy within the first 5. If he don't land something heavy within the first 5, and Usyk, let's even say Usyk gets 2 out of the first 5 rounds, it's a wrap.
Facts.
It's a wrap. Usyk's probably winning from 6 on. He's one of the best backhand fighters. He's one of the best backhand fighters in the sport.
Especially the last 3, bro. The last 3, AJ's gonna be in some serious trouble because if we're believing the hype of him being ultra aggressive and him being aggressive and taking Robert Garcia in the, and this is another thing, bro. I know we probably wasn't gonna touch on it, but I don't understand why Robert Garcia is in this camp. I really don't, bro. I really don't.
I don't understand it from an X's and O's standpoint.
Me neither.
I don't understand it because Robert Garcia, his style does nothing for AJ to give him a better opportunity against Usyk. It just doesn't. I don't even get it.
And neither is his style something that you can implement overnight. So he can't be a temporary fix. You see my point? He can't be a temporary fix. To me, you employ someone who is going to make me beat Usyk. I can't see how Robert Garcia's style. I've seen Robert Garcia train multiple fighters. He's never trained a heavyweight, but I've seen him train multiple fighters. And everything is straight shots, jab, straight right hand, straight, everything off the pipe, everything straight down the middle, and walking dudes onto punches, but walking dudes onto straight punches. Most of his dudes that he trains doesn't get their head off the line.
Right.
So
and that's the problem.
That's the problem, bro. You don't have no defensive awareness. Like to me, I would have at least got someone who would at least help you catch a shot, catch punches on the way in or something. He didn't even get a defensive-minded coach.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just, I don't understand the connection there. On top of that, if you take with AJ, he needs to be throwing in 3s and 4s because that lessens the chances of you getting countered. And the worst thing with Usyk is you getting countered after you throwing 1 shot. That's where he starts to mentally take control of the fight because it's like a snake. Every time you do something, the snake like bang, bang, bang. Like he has to throw in at least 3s and 4s to give himself a chance in this fight. And he can't. And the thing is, I think early in the fight, I think he just need to let his hands go. Like he not even load up. Don't even load up. Just touch him. Just touch him. Just touch him. Because you can't. Because somebody that elusive, if you swing 30 punches and you've only made physical contact on like 5, you're any human being is gonna get frustrated.
Of course.
You know what I'm
Especially if
saying?
you're loading up on shot.
Absolutely, especially if you're loading up, which is gonna make you more tired. So there's some things we're gonna get into, what's the best strategy for AJ, but it is some things he can do to have a lot better performance in this fight than he did the last fight. Now he did have like, what was it, like 2 rounds where he looked really good. So he
Yeah, I
has
mean,
something to go on. What was it, round
those
6?
those rounds he really. I mean, I think it was 3 rounds he
3,
done
real
he
good.
won.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he done real well when he was actually loading up on body shots. But this is the
Mm-hmm.
issue. This is the issue. You see, if you load up on body shots and
Mm-hmm.
you actually are taking damage throwing these body shots, it actually works to a disadvantage sometimes more, because not only do you have to stretch to land body punches, but you can't trade body shots with headshots.
Mm-hmm.
So when you ain't got a chin, a dude like you can just pick you off with headshots when you're just going to the body, especially if you're not switching up head and body, head and body. If you're just
Yeah.
directly going for the body and trying to slow him down, cool, that's fair. It may slow him down, but you got to remember what's coming back at you.
Facts. Brennan Smith said, "I have an odd feeling, but I feel Usyk will win." We got the same odd feeling, bro. Like I just got a feeling something weird gonna happen in this fight, man. Like I don't know what. I just got a feeling something weird gonna happen. He said I would have got Buddy McGirt.
I mean, Buddy McGirt would have done better than Robert Garcia. He wouldn't.
But
Well, Buddy McGirt wouldn't have been my first choice. I'm a fan of
nah,
Buddy McGirt. He wouldn't have been my first choice. My first choice would have, because Buddy McGirt's still another fighter who doesn't train defense first.
right.
I would have if he wanted to go aggressive and a coach who's aggressive but can still maintain certain level of defense. You either go Teddy Atlas or Mark Ramsey. Those are the two coaches you go with. If you wanted to come up with someone who's going to look at the style of fight and go, how can I map out a way to beat Usyk? You go Jonathan Banks. Jonathan Banks worked with heavyweights before, worked with Klitschko. He's worked with Dylan White, so he knows how to work with heavyweights. He's also worked closely with Usyk, so that's somebody you can go with there. If you didn't go with that, I mean, I just don't see where Robert Garcia came from. I just don't
I
see it. I just
I
can't see
just
where he got that. I mean, even
yeah
James Ali Bashir, you could have gone with that. James Ali Bashir has seen a lot of
yeah
Usyk as well. I mean, I
yeah
just don't see where Robert Garcia has come into this picture. I don't know where they've
right
got um this dude from. Obviously, I know where they've got him from, but I don't know why they made that decision. Like,
yeah. I think me personally, I think Jonathan Banks would have been the best option. I would have went Teddy Atlas second because Teddy Atlas is gonna get the most out of this
mental
guy
and
mental.
it's
It's
mental.
gonna get
He'd have
because
got
I
him
might
mentally correct.
yeah. So we need like that AJ like Klitschko type dog.
Facts.
We need that, and Teddy Atlas would have got that out of him.
Facts. If it was a
Which
long term, I would have gone Mark Ramsey, because I do think Mark Ramsey's
I
style does complement AJ to a certain degree. He gets guys applying pressure behind the jab and a high guard.
yeah I like Mark
You don't
Ramsey
have head
too.
movement. You don't have head movement, so
Yeah,
you have to use a high guard and a jab with
yeah.
good foot placement. And
I
he's a long term fix. He ain't gonna be able to implement his style over one camp. That's the problem.
right. That's the problem. But that's why I wouldn't have went with him. If he wins this fight and goes with Ramsey going forward, then I can definitely understand that.
Yeah,
Because if he wins this fight, his career is extended by like 4 fights.
easily.
Easily 4 fights. So it's gonna be interesting, man, for sure. Brendan said if I was AJ, bro, it says device not connected.
Yeah,
See,
he's having
oh, hold
technical.
on, no, hold on, he back. Let's see if it worked.
There we go.
There we go. Mic check, bro.
Man, my bad. Fucking
No, you
Wi-Fi,
good.
bro. My bad.
No, you good. You good. Just quickly, just jumping off of AJ for a second. I know we didn't get into Tiafimo on Saturday. What did y'all think of his performance? With Saturday?
I think he needed a win, and he needed a confident win, and he got it. You know, I didn't really analyze him from a technical perspective. You know, he's a person who actually needed a win. Where do I think he goes forward? The problem is he's in a monster division, so I never encourage people to cherry pick, but you got to be very careful who you choose to fight next. I can name 10 names right now where you're either in a 50-50 fight or you're an underdog right now in 140, and that's a problem. And you're a person who's lacking in confidence of the performance that you just had against Kambosos. You can't afford to be going in there with a killer. So you needed a performance like that, but you can't get carried away with it. I'm hoping he doesn't get carried away with it, and I'm hoping he keeps his head down and he understands that his opponent wasn't an A-level opponent.
Yeah.
But
I like if you had to pick a name for him.
To me, the winner of Lipinets versus Figueroa is a good name to me. I think that's a good name because you got to be real careful, because you look at. Do you want me to? The names in 140 is not the you don't want to step on any banana skins, bro. Bro, there's so much banana skins, bro.
What do you think about Catterall?
Catterall's fighting Taylor, though, isn't he?
They haven't scheduled it, right? No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that.
Catterall would be a good fight, but then that's a potential banana skin as well. So is someone like Sandor Martin.
But that's not a power guy, though.
Catterall.
Neither was
Let me.
That's true.
Let me say this. It depends. See, when you're looking at 140, you got to look at what style he's going to bring to whatever type of fight he's getting. Because with the style he fought Campbell with, you can't do that with Montana Love. You can't do that peekaboo with somebody way faster. Let's say if he needs to be aggressive, do you want to be aggressive against a guy like Catterall? So he's a guy that seems to have a few different styles, but I haven't really seen him step on the gas and be a killer. He's kind of a counter-punching guy and really stinging guys that aren't reacting to him properly. So what about a dude that's a monster or brings a monster game like I guess Kambosos did that night? What can Tito do? So that's why, like Shane said, being on the banana peel with this type of style with him, variating his styles so much. He's not known for this. Let's run down the names.
Josh Taylor. Did you put him
Montana Love. What's the boy from Louisiana?
Program. No.
I don't know if he could beat Prograis right now. With that peekaboo style.
Brandon Lee. That's a dangerous fight.
I don't think he beats Brandon Lee with that peekaboo style.
Exactly.
That's a dangerous fight.
Cepeda, Jose Ramirez.
Yeah. I think he can get Ramirez. I'll give him that victory. I'll give him the victory over Cepeda.
I don't know. The reason why I say I don't know is because the fight Saturday went exactly how it was supposed to go. So this next fight should be a fight where all that feel good stuff is out the window. We're gonna see if Teofimo could put an actual game plan together.
Now, let me say this though about the opponent. It was a credible opponent, my dude. You see what I'm saying? He didn't go find nobody that was coming off a loss himself or a 2-fight losing streak. I think they did give him a credible opponent, a respectable record. You see what I'm saying? Like that. So I don't think it was a cupcake comeback.
No, I agree.
Stylistically, it worked out.
It was
as far as credibility,
Campo.
I think they got the right guy.
Yeah,
no,
he's not a bum.
I just meant from a stylistic perspective.
But you know how sometimes you get that cupcake off a loss just to rebuild yourself. But this was a respectable cupcake, if you want to say that. Pundits want to say that.
This was a classic top ranked matchup.
What about
matchmaking? Who, Teofimo?
Yeah.
I think he can beat Barrios. I think he can beat
I
Barrios.
don't know. I don't know, bro.
Barrios
Barrios showed me a
leaves.
lot because fighting. Remember, we got to remember fighting has to do with a lot of heart too. So we could say Kambosos brought that heart to that fight, and Tio, didn't respond to that fighter's heart that night. You know what I'm saying, or be able to step on the heart, so to speak. You know what I mean? Quash his dreams. I mean, that's what I'm saying about Barrios. He's that type of guy. You know what I mean? You know how them Latin fighters are, bro. They hard headed.
Yeah, I think Tio will win that fight just because Barrios is not really gifted offensively. He does just enough to get by, but Tio is a dynamic offensive fighter. So you gonna have to do something. Even though he had difficulty against Kambosos, I like you got to do something special offensively to keep up with TFN. He's one of the best offensive fighters in the sport. Like he's one of the best offensive fighters in the sport.
Get him?
Yeah.
You know what fight I'll get him to build a. In fact, you probably could have got him this for his first fight. Someone like Bartholomew. He would beat Bartholomew.
Yeah, he'd beat Bartholomew.
But see but when you grab fighters like that, then you it's like what Boots happened with the boy he just knocked out in the first round. It's kind of like you don't get no respect for beating dudes that I guess if he beats him easy, I think he won't get no respect for it. Now, if Bartholomew brought a war to him, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But I don't see that.
No, Bartholomew is a respectable name. It falls in line with the Camper thing. Like it's a respectable name. I think people got credit for that.
I'm not saying that. It just depends on what if we get a fight out of Bartholomew.
I'm with you.
The issue,
you see what I'm saying?
The issue is, to me, I feel like if you want someone to test him, I'm just thinking like I could look at Bartholomew posing the same threats that Nakatani posed him when he fought Nakatani before the Loma fight.
Oh, that's a good name. What about him and Nakatani? Or Nakatani at 140, I believe so.
Oh, what about Pedraza? The winner of Pedraza? With Pedraza beats
Pedraza and Comey? Is that 140?
Yeah,
that's at 140.
If Pedraza beats Comey, then I think Teofimo Pedraza is a good fight. That's a good fight,
especially for top rank, because Pedraza does have a sturdy name on that platform. So you overcome and that's an in-house fight, so that should be easy to make.
If they really want to get him a dub, put him up against Linares.
Linares ain't got no steam on his name, so I don't know if you.
Well, depend on how. I mean, yeah, but the thing is though, like at 140, you got to tread light. So that's just a name to put in the bag as a possible opponent. I ain't saying that should be his next opponent, but if they want to gradually move him along at 140 correctly, that's
all right. Answer me this. Answer me this.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Let me read this real quick. Okay, go ahead.
Who does he beat in the top 5 at 140 right now?
Nobody.
Just give me one name.
None of
them.
Damn.
He don't beat nobody in the top 5 at 140.
Damn.
I mean, I don't think he beats Prograis. I don't think he beats Josh Taylor.
I got Montana Love in my top 5.
He could beat Sandor Martin. I'm not Sandor Martin. Zepeda. He could beat Zepeda. Zepeda has to be considered top 5.
I said that. Yeah.
He could beat Zepeda, but I'm not convinced yet. Zepeda hits real hard. He hits real hard.
I don't think he beats Zepeda. I don't think he beats Jose Ramirez.
I don't think he beats Jose.
I don't think he beats Sandor Martin right
now.
He
might beat Sandor Martin, but Sandor Martin isn't top 5. Sandor Martin isn't even top 5.
But I don't think.
No, that's what I said. I'm trying to find somebody he might. I think like he gives Prograis a run. I think he gives Prograis a run. I think he gives Montana Love a run.
He beats Pedraza. He beat Pedraza.
Yeah, he beats Pedraza. He beats Linares. He beats Comey again at 140. He beats all of those second tier guys.
Does he beat Brandon Lee?
I think he beats.
To me, I put him equivalent to Montana Love. Can he deal with that speed? Is his counterpunching ability enough to deal with the speed of those type of fighters?
Looking at it like that, he probably can beat maybe 1 or 2 of the top 5. I don't think he beats Prograis. I don't think he beats Ramirez, and I don't think he beats Taylor. I think he struggles with Zepeda He struggles with Montana Love. He struggles with Brandon Lee. Yeah.
I got him in with Zepeda. I got him beating Ramirez. 50-50 with Lee and then Love for me. I mean, Lee, Lee and Montana Love. I got a 50-50. And if we considering those names, top 5 names at 140, I got him 50-50 with a couple guys. I got him beating Ramirez and Zepeda. Maybe he beats Josh Taylor because of the way Taylor looked in the last fight.
Gary Russell does he beat Gary Antoine Russell?
I think he beats Russell.
I think he beats Russell. I don't think Russell is.
I got a name for you, Victor Postal. Put him in there with Victor Postal.
That'll work too. That'll work on that platform too. That's a good name.
Because Victor Postal is gonna give him a challenge, bro. He's gonna give him a good fight.
That's a good name. Good name, Shane. Great name.
It's me. It's
I think T.O. beats Postal, but that's a tough fight.
But it's a good challenge.
But if they wanna find out what he is at 140, put him up against Postal. If they want to find out what he is at 140, put him up against Postal. Big shout out to 93 Octane, man. We definitely like the thumbnail for sure.
Okay, hold on. I got one quick question. Does he beat the winner of Fig Lipinets?
We said that. We asked that question.
Y'all did? Okay.
He beats both of them.
Okay.
He beats both
okay.
of them.
My bad. I'm late. I had technical issues. My apologies.
Lipinets is a good fight. But that's Deep 93 Octane. Join the fantasy league, bro. $500 for the win.
Yeah. G5JeffTV.com, man.
Oh, quick question before y'all get in. Shane, you gonna fix the fight? You putting Fig and Lipinets on there?
Yeah, I have to put that instead of
AB,
obviously. Yeah. I have to adjust that. Don't worry, I'm adjusting it.
Okay.
Thank you.
93 Octane, man. Big shout out to you, man. G5JeffTV.com, man. Join the Prediction Fantasy League. Absolutely free. $500 for the winner, $200 for second place, $100 for third place. Plus, we got a side pot. It is absolutely free to join, man. If you don't do anything else, man, join that. And while you're doing that, subscribe to the channel and subscribe to my man BoxingFirstVlog as well. It said Derek James. Yes, sir. Derek James or Ronnie Shields would have formulated a game plan based on AJ's height, reach, and physicality to bully the smaller man with strong arm tactics.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, bro. I have to say I don't agree with that because whilst they do have the ability to teach that style, the problem is you gotta have either have to have a really good chin or really good defensive fundamentals. If you look at Charlo and Errol Spence, they both got real good chins, bro. And they both got good hand skills to block punches as well. I don't know if AJ has the ability to do either one of those things defensively because in those with Derek James especially, you shots are coming back because you stand in the line of fire. You just have to have a very good chin and good high guard or good defensive mechanism. I don't know if AJ's got that, and that's my issue with that. But everything else, I do understand what you're saying, though.
See, when you think about the way they train their guys, remember these guys are lighter. AJ got big arms, so it's hard to keep those arms or bring those arms up at the right punch blocking time. So those trainer styles I might not work with a heavyweight just because they're so bigger guys and they naturally don't have cat-like reflexes to react and roll with punches the way the inside fighters like Charlo can do. Obviously, Big Charlo, he does the same thing. His catch and shoot is nasty. I don't think AJ can catch and shoot, especially inside like that.
No, facts.
No, that's great points. And 93 Octane, like you said, they would formulate a game plan, but with any game plan, can your fighter actually execute the game plan?
Pull it off. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think AJ will be able to pull it off. Not on a consistent basis.
Padman just said European fighters are the hardest guys to retrain.
Especially in one camp.
In one camp is impossible.
One camp, too, yeah.
One camp is impossible. Brennan
Shout out to Coach Padman.
Yeah, for sure. Brennan Smith Lopez needs to fight Prograis. It's too early. He can't fight Prograis right now. It's too early. In
Answer
my
me this:
opinion.
Is that a fight? Is that a fight possible with the two platforms? Is that even a fight possible based on you
No,
guys?
he's gonna be on top rank. Procreate gonna be on top rank.
Oh, he leaving Pro Bella?
Yeah, but he's fighting Zepeda though on top rank.
Isn't there a person?
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Has it been
They
announced
agreed.
already?
Yeah, that fight is
I didn't
it's
hear that. My
replaced.
bad.
He replaced Jose
Oh, yeah,
Ramirez.
he replaced Jose
Yeah,
Ramirez.
but
it's on top rank. It's on top rank.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Damn, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, for sure. Andre Southgate, I'm definitely not writing off. AJ, hopefully, is a classic. Southgate, I got a weird feeling about this fight, bro. I got something weird gonna happen Saturday. Something weird.
I got a question. For the people in the chat too, this helps them. Can they change their picks?
No.
The only way we'll.
I mean, things change though. Shane, one question. Let me just add to that. Things change basically. Look at the weight situation with the Hooker Cobbs fight. What if that happened in late in the week, but you made your pick early and you wanted to switch based on things like that?
I get that. I mean, you'd have to make the request personally.
Yeah, they would have to email. Maybe we can put a disclaimer or something like if you want to amend or change your a previous pick, email us and
have to be done 48 hours before the event, something like that. Put some type of
something like that. Yeah. It's possible. It's more work, but it's possible. I get it. Things happen, so we can definitely make that adjustment for sure.
That's why I picked late, bro. That's why I
picked late too. I picked hella late. Brendan Smith, he said, what if AJ loses again, and what about Wilder coming back? I mean, listen, AJ's at a point right now where if he loses again, they can put him up against a couple of heavyweights and still get a bag. Like if he loses against Usyk again, then he's just gonna be a bag.
AJ, Dylan White, Deontay Wilder are in a similar position in the sense that you are all coming off a loss or multiple losses, and if AJ loses again, multiple losses, and to get back to the top, you're gonna need to go through a tough name. So you got like a Hergovich, you got like a Joe Joyce, or potentially a Jared Anderson. You got to fight a Dubois, Martin Bacoli.
That's a great fight. AJ Dubois. That's a great fight.
They're talking about AJ versus Dubois versus Dylan White. That's what I've heard.
That's a great fight too. It's a great fight.
The way Dylan White looked in this last fight, he gets smoked. Right. And I love Dylan White. He gets smoked.
Facts.
Can't argue that. I can't argue that.
And Wilder coming back. They're talking about Wilder Helenius.
Oh, what I'm hearing is since your boy got to the 28th or something like that. Should Wilder Helenius be for the title?
Nah, bro.
Nah.
They still got him ranked number 1. Why wouldn't he be fighting for the title if he's officially retired and stripped or whatever?
I don't think he should be number 1. That's my problem. Yeah, I don't think you haven't won a fight in 2 years. How he's coming off number 1?
He's coming off of 2 bad losses. Because if this was anybody else, I would have been throwing.
Okay, Shane. I could put it to you this way: the same way people had Canelo still pound for pound off the evidence of what he had in the ring. People still had him on the pound for pound. So off the eye test, he wasn't pound for pound.
I didn't.
Well, that's 2 different discussions.
I'm making judgment based on my rules. In my opinion, I can't make.
Aren't they making judgments based on their opinion? Is their association?
I can't question. I'm just saying if it was me, I wouldn't see. I can't see how you can justify Deontay Wilder being number 1 in a weight class where there's been dudes who's made multiple wins, bro. Like in the last year, people like
who compare what he's done under that banner to anybody else that banner recognizes,
bro. But
let me finish the question. Who would either one of y'all have at number 1 then?
There's a lot of people I would have over Deontay Wilder. His last 2 fights.
Give me 2.
Joyce will be over him for
Joe
sure.
Joyce,
Joe
Joseph
Joyce will be over
Okay,
Parker.
him. Joseph Parker.
is Joyce recognized by the WBC? Is they or do they have him in the top 5 or their top 10? I'd
I
say
don't know.
I
just give
haven't
me top
seen
5.
I haven't seen the ranks, but Joe I
I
would
think
definitely
so.
put Joe Joyce. I would definitely put Joe Joyce over Wilder. I would put
Boxing is the what have you done for me lately, bro? We know that. Boxing has
he is
always been what have you done for me lately.
Wilder is I love
Okay,
Wilder.
so if you want to
Wilder's
say
coming.
that,
Mhm.
what have you done for me lately? Wilder has bought the WBC big bags and sanctioning fees with the trilogy
that shit don't matter, bro. That shit
Not to
don't
me.
matter. That don't matter.
Okay,
Bro.
and arguing on their side, obviously it does because they still have them ranked number 1.
No.
Yeah,
From
but
a
that's from a
governing body
money perspective. Then
we're
you're
talking about
right.
from boxing.
But he's coming off of 2 bad knockout losses. Blog, there's no other fighter in the sport you'll say should be ranked number 1 off of 2 knockout losses back to back and 2 title shots back to back. There's no person in the sport, and we can't give him that leeway because we like Wilder. We can't do that. And I know that's where you're going because you got that smirk
I'm
on
not
your
arguing
face.
on Wilder's behalf.
L-Dub's in the building, and Joe Joyce is number 2 in the WBC rankings.
So
say it again?
Then okay, so is his fight with Parker, should that winner be the WBC champion?
I would agree with that. I could ride with
then
that.
I would think
I'm arguing on their behalf. I wasn't arguing on Wilder's behalf. I don't want y'all to get it twisted. I'm trying to argue why the WBC has him in that position. Based on maybe it's the bad. Obviously, y'all saying results in the ring. It should be results in the ring.
No, you hit the nail on the head, bro.
If you look at the wins that Joe Joyce has had, obviously Bryant Jennings, Dubois, he fought Bermain Severn, obviously he just fought Carlos Takam, and then if he beats Parker, those are his wins. And then Parker just beat Chisora. He beat obviously Junior far before that. To me, I'm just saying, recently, I just feel like he should have more of a right to fight for that title than...
Answer me a question. Is he the bag?
Well, if the rankings are going to be strictly off of the bag, then yes, Wilder should be number 1.
If that's the case,
then
Canelo should always be number 1.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if we're going to go with that argument, we got to be consistent with the argument. If we talking about rankings because of the bag, then Canelo should always be number 1 in every sanctioning body. If that's what we're talking about, if that's the criteria that the WBC is going off of, exactly. Canelo will always be number 1. It don't matter if he has 5 straight losses, but the rankings are not based off the bag. It's not based off the bag. It shouldn't be based off the bag. It should be off of your resume and your merit inside of the ring. And Wilder hasn't won in 2 years, and he's had 2 bad losses and a draw where he should have lost that too.
Mute me.
Mute you? Got you.
Okay, I gotta get through some of these comments because YSM just said something that I have to because
okay. All right, I got you. I'm gonna run through them real quick. 93 Octane said Subriel Matisse would really test that T.O.'s mental fortitude. Unfortunately, they're on different sides of the street. Subriel Matisse I'm a big fan of Subriel Matisse.
Matisse might even beat Tiafimo.
He could beat Tiafimo too. Got you. Go ahead, bro.
That's a great name. Great
name. Yeah, for sure. Robert Easter Jr. is a light touch for T.O., but Easter's still injured though.
He's still injured. He's still injured. So I wouldn't even say that's fair. I deliberately didn't mention his name.
Yeah. L-Dub, the plug in the building, man, said what's good. Said Joyce is number 2, Parker's number 3, Sanchez is number 4. Sanchez is
what about
1.
that boy from the Dominican Republic, bro? I think he's Dominican. He could be Cuban. Let me look him up. I did a post on him a little while back, bro. This boy nasty, heavyweight cat. 17-0. This dude, George Aries, man. This dude coming off of 7 straight undefeated fighter knockouts, bro. So, like, is dudes like that should be more on the radar, like starting to get a PBC platform or something, bro? Because I mean, that's good work in the ring.
Definitely.
I don't know what they're doing motion wise. That's good work in the ring. That's a Garrett Anderson type run.
No, that's worth our attention for sure. Should be YSM said, "What has Parker done recently to get a shot?"
More than Wilder.
Agreed.
No, that's why I
L,
posed the question, YSM, should that fight, which one of those fights should be for the WBC based on, Suleiman saying he got to the 28th to give up that belt or defend it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I either one to me should be a title fight, to be honest. I don't know which one I pick first, but I think Helena definitely deserves a shot.
The truth is, the WBC took a cop-out, bro. They should have made him make that decision this week. You know why? Because the truth is, as if AJ wins this fight, we know what's going to happen, bro. Tyson Fury versus AJ for all the marbles, and it's going to be hundreds of millions of dollars. You see my point? So they just giving him a chance to go, you know what, we'll wait until the winner of this fight is announced before I decide what I'm going to do.
Yeah. I mean, I can see them doing that. Why? Because they're about the bag. It's about sanctioning fees. So we're not going to take it because he said what he said. We're going to wait to see if the bag is still there. And it's always about money, especially in the fight game.
Absolutely. L Dub said Ruiz versus Ortiz is a WBC eliminator. Joyce versus Parker is for Joyce's WBO mandatory position.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But the Ruiz versus Ortiz is a good fight. It is a good fight, regardless.
No, it's not a title fight to me. It ain't.
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah.
No, not at all. No, not at all. Next one. Joyce is a WBC silver champion, though. Facts. Why do UK fans value Chisora win so much?
I got a question. Are these names that we've been spinning out here, are they avoiding these young bulls too much?
What?
I mean, there's a lot of recycling with these names. It's a lot of recycling going on. Like, all the older cats are fighting the older cats. We're not getting, the Tyson running through all the OGs and staking his claim as king of the ring.
Do you know the problem that we have, bro? I think heavyweight has probably the most politics, has more politics than any other weight class. If we're being honest, you got dudes that signed with Frank, you got dudes that signed with Eddie, you got dudes that signed with Al, you got dudes that signed with Bob, and they're all trying to maneuver to get to the top. That you rarely see that, and then you got multiple bags. When I mean multiple bags, you got multiple people who can generate large sums of income. So Wilder does, Fury does, AJ does. So it's very difficult. Everybody you can milk AJ, you can milk Wilder, you can milk Fury. That's my point, in the sense that you can't really do that in any other division. And that's the issue that we have right now, where there's just so much politics. And it's very similar to lightweight. Where you got Ryan with Oscar, Devin Haney was with Eddie Hearn. You have Lomachenko and Teofimo with Bob Arum. It was quite scattered. And
Tank with Floyd.
That's my point. And people are just milking their cash cow. They were milking Ryan, milking Tank, milking Loma, and whatever was going on with that situation. So that's what you're seeing at heavyweight right now.
Go ahead, Vlog.
I can't disagree with that. I'm just, I'm asking as a fight fan, at what point will we get that Tyson-like clash between a true veteran, possible Hall of Fame type fighter against one of these young bulls that's been kind of waiting in the wings, doing their good works, like I just mentioned, in the Dominican heavyweight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro. I'm anticipating, Anderson getting a look. I thought he might have got a look from Fury. You know what I mean? They said he was doing good work. Maybe Fury wanted to get that back inside the ring for the belt.
To me, they need to put Jared Anderson in there with someone like a Carlos Takam or something. Someone like a Brazil or something, Otto Wallin or something. Where he
dominates, bro. He dominates all these dudes,
of course, but he needs a notable win on his resume, bro. Regardless how you look at it, he needs a notable win on his resume.
Who we talking about?
Jared Anderson.
No, yeah, he need a quality one. He need a quality one.
What about Jennings? Somebody that
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
There's someone who people actually know.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
What about what's my guy name? Damn, I forgot my guy name. Y'all know my guy. What's his name from PBC?
Oh,
My
Michael
heavyweight
Coffey.
dude.
So Michael Coffey. Oh no,
Nah,
you
not
talking about the guy that Coffey he beat Coffey twice. You
yeah.
talking about oh man.
Damn, you know my guy, man.
I
I
know
had
what
him
you're
beat
talking
Usyk.
about, though. Oh, you always talk about this dude all the time.
Damn.
I'm about to look him up right now.
I can't remember.
Yeah, that's it. I always hate when these boxers.
Right now.
Somebody help me in the chat, man.
Tip of the tongue.
Help me. Yeah, help me in the
You always
chat. Y'all
talk
know
about
his
this
name.
dude as well, bro. It's pissing me off.
Damn.
Damn, bro. I can't. I hate that shit, bro.
And my phone just
What's
died.
how you spell Coffee last name?
Coffee.
Oh, okay. You spell it like coffee?
I think so.
What's that dude's name, bro?
It started with a J.
I'm gonna find it right now. Y'all give me a second. I apologize. I hate when this shit happens. And his name is spelled with a Y, Jeff.
With a Y?
Okay. Yeah, spell it with the damn, who he lose against. That's my dude. I can't find box rec for this dude.
Fucking Johnny Rice. I knew I forgot that.
Yeah.
Fucking Johnny Rice. I said it started with a J. Look at Johnny Rice. No, but that's a solid name too. Johnny Rice, Jared Anderson. That's a good fight. I'll take that. That's a good fight. For sure. YSM said, "Give me Joyce versus Sanchez." You know what? YSM, I'm gonna be 100% real on Sanchez, man. Like Sanchez gives me Tony Yoka vibes. He gives me Tony Yoka vibes, man. Like he steps in with a guy that's gonna put that pressure on him. Yeah, get aggressive with him. I think Joyce wins that fight.
I mean, speaking of Tony Yoka, though, no one's mentioned Martin Bacoli.
He's a good
He's
fighter.
Coming off two real good wins. He beat Kuzman and he beat Yoka.
And the thing is, Jared Anderson, but first Bacoli, that's a good fight. Good fight. It's a lot of action in heavyweight, man. A lot of action.
Bro, ain't nobody in the heavyweight division fucking with Jared Anderson, bro. Everybody in the heavyweight.
I can't say that, bro.
He hasn't shown me. He hasn't shown me enough to say that for me to say that.
I'm not. I didn't say it for y'all guys to agree. I said it because he, to me, he boots the heavyweight division. He the boogeyman.
You're definitely tripping there, bro.
Can I ask you a question?
Who jumping in the ring with him right now and beating his ass?
No, can I ask a question?
Give me three names.
I think Hrgovic beats Jared Anderson every day, bro. I think Hrgovic is not.
You talking about Hrgovic who got sand in his boots?
I'm talking about Hrgovic, you hit ridiculously hard.
You gotta get to your target, bro. You literally have to get to your target, bro. It'll be easy with Zhang, because Zhang is a tree. Trees don't move, so sand can move a little bit.
Hey, bro. So, all right. So obviously you're high on Jared Anderson. Is it the skill set? Is it a particular fight that you've seen? What exactly?
It's the skill set, bro. It's truly the skill set, and what supports that is the things we hearing behind closed doors about the good work and sparring against these top guys.
Okay.
So I'm just saying.
I mean, one thing I can say about Vlog is very consistent. If it's skill set, then he will literally rank a guy strictly off of the skill set.
Yeah, check my lightweight. Check my lightweight grade 8.
He's consistent with that. He's consistent with that. I gotta give him that.
I think Jared Anderson loses to Hrgovic. I think Jared Anderson loses to Fury. I think Jared Anderson.
done already put the hands on Fury.
He's sparring, bro.
He done put the hands on Fury already, bro. Come on, man. We don't want to hear
Price. So did David Price. It's sparring, bro. We're not gonna buy into sparring, are we? David Price.
I'm just saying.
So did
We
David
spar
Price,
different
bro.
over here, though. We spar different than y'all spar
And
over
so-
there. I'm telling you that.
So does Fury. Fury spars different to how he fights.
I
And he
don't
got
like
hands put on him. So
In a
you said
spar-
you fell right
in a
into my
spar.
trap. He spars
In a
different than your average European fighter. So he came over here with that same mentality, and he got hands put on him.
No, I'm saying
So
he
basically,
spars
it's a real
different to
fight.
how He fights, bro. I'm saying he spars different to how he fights. How he
But-
spars, that is not how he will fight.
Okay,
How
well,
he spars is not
how he gets hit on the chin in sparring is the same way he gonna get hit on the chin in the boxing match.
when is his next fight? When is his next fight? When is Jared Anderson?
Boy, they got the boogeyman on a shelf.
He ain't fought in a while, bro.
No, I don't see why this
The
dude would be
boogeyman.
called the boogeyman, bro. This dude has not done nothing. He hasn't done anything. I like him. He's a good fighter, but he hasn't done anything.
He's a
He
good
hasn't
fighter.
done anything.
I think
like
he's
I
a
like
very
to bring-
talented fighter.
When young Shane has drunk his Gatorade, his haterade rather, I can tell.
I'm not hating on
smell
the
it.
dude, bro. I'm just stating facts. He hasn't fought anyone.
I see the orange flavor on his tongue. He had the orange flavor haterade today.
Would Jared Anderson beat any? Would he, bro? He doesn't beat AJ. He doesn't beat, bro. Jared Anderson. That's why you kind of funny, bro.
Okay. Do you got AJ beating? Do you have AJ beating Usyk? Do you have AJ beating Usyk?
I don't know, but no, probably not. No.
Okay, so then I guarantee you he's not beating Jared Anderson because that's another dude that can box and punch.
Usyk is levels and levels and levels above what Jared Anderson is. He's levels and levels. There's multiple levels between where Jared Anderson is and where Usyk is. Multiple levels.
Okay, so you said that there's multiple levels between where Jared Anderson is and where Usyk is, but you then turn around and say AJ maybe have a chance in this fight.
Yeah, because AJ has very good offense. AJ has power. AJ can punch.
Okay, his chin is questionable at best. And if a young bull I'm telling you, that joint is not gonna be no cakewalk, bro. This dude is not cream cheese in this ring, bro. He is the man. He the young rocket in the division, bro. He the Mike Tyson of this era, dude. You understand what I'm talking about? Like, I don't know if they can create the bag around him. You understand what I'm talking about? That's the only thing that might be hurting him.
He's a top fighter. He's the best fighter that America has right now. So I understand why you're clinging on to him, because he's the American hope. I understand that. But to me,
shut the fuck up, nigga. Man, we still got D Wilder, bro. We got some young bulls over here, bro. Don't let me get into digging and doing some homework on the American heavyweights. You're gonna make me write an article. Check for it on G5JFTV.com. American heavyweights coming soon. Thank you.
I mean, Jared Anderson. Jared Anderson is a good fighter.
He's a very skilled fighter, man. I think his ceiling would be really. I think his ceiling is real high. I hope he gets the fights to prove it. I put it to you like that. The eye test tells me he would do just fine, but I just need to see it. But I would have the same request for any fighter. L-Dub, when Taylor passed on the IBF Purse versus Ponce on August 23rd, the IBF will order Ponce versus Matisse for the vacant belt on the undercard of Wilder Helenius October 15th. I'm cool with that. George Arias, yeah, he said he's with Lou DiBella. Yeah, that's the guy you was talking about, vlog. Beating Chisora and 5 ain't do much. Shane and Jeff stop it. So
it's more than what Wilder done. Wilder's lost.
It's compared to agreed. So I'm not disagreeing with that. YSM. I'm just saying those 2 victories back to back is better than 2 knockout losses back to back. So that's all. That's it. We're not saying that's quality. We're not saying that's their quality wins, but 2 wins against them 2 is better than 2 knockout losses back to back.
Man, if you put money behind either one of them dudes in the main event, you be lucky if you break even.
That's fine, but that still don't change the fact that them 2 wins is still better than his 2 losses. That still don't change that fact.
My point stands too. So you know, it's
no,
two
understood.
sides
I'm saying your stance is on one side of the street, and my stance is on the other side of the street.
We got but we got to cover boxing all the way around. Boxing is a business.
It's a business, but losses are losses.
The boxing business.
Losses are bad for business, though. If we're going there,
man, but if not if you're Deontay Wilder, according to the WBC.
Yeah, but he's still not going to bring in as much money as he would have if he had 2 wins.
Okay, so if Robert Helenius was fighting anybody else, is motherfuckers tuning in like that?
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing with that
that's
at all.
My point.
But but you're changing the goalposts, though. You just
I'm talking about Deontay Wilder being the marquee fighter. That's what that's my point.
Right. And I said that for losses ain't good for business. I'm not saying that he's not a marquee fighter. He's still a marquee fighter.
Well, for him, he might be the he might be the fly you catch with one hand then, because he's still in that position.
Right, but that's what I'm saying though. Like we got to keep that same energy too, though, vlog. We got to keep that same energy because Canelo got stomped. Right, he got stomped. Everybody was saying he should just be wiped off for everybody. Like he's not the bag. He shouldn't be this. He shouldn't be that.
I didn't see that.
Over 2 losses.
I
didn't say you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I disagree with him being on people top 5 list or pound for pound list, but I wouldn't say he's still not a sellable fighter because he's doing a great job selling this Triple G fight right now.
Yeah, he the bag right now. Brennan, if Fury doesn't fight Usyk, it's a dub.
Of course, it's a dub.
Yeah, it's a dub. Absolutely. Sanchez versus Carlos Negron on the Wilder Helenius undercard, October 15th. Sanchez just doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't.
He don't move the needle for me, man.
For a dude that got good skills, you would think he would be more marketable. It's just the heavyweight boxer is not there. Like most heavyweights gotta be have a killer in them somehow to really cross over.
Watch me drop the mic on this one. He's the heavyweights Rigo.
I can't disagree. Good fight, great footwork. You right.
Yeah. Brennan, he said 135 has too much politics. Yeah, like Shane said, everybody signed to everybody. 93 octane.
Let me comment on the 135. We don't care what's going on underneath. We got the belts, man. Let them dudes work that shit out, man. Whoever get their bag right, get a shot. That's all really ironed out. That's underneath politics.
Yo, and the thing, let me piggyback off that real quick before 93 octane. We're gonna get to your comment in a second. The one thing I don't like, vlog, is the fact that, and I'm talking Floyd. Floyd makes comments in regards to Tank that he would never make on himself. And let me explain that. Floyd is he's all about his money, don't get me wrong, but he's very conscious about championships and legacy as well. He's very conscious about that. The fact that he brings up ticket sales and why the Devin Haney fight can't happen, I'm like, bro, this is still boxing. That man has all the straps. He should be number 1 on your target list. Period. He should be number 1 on your target list. Not no rematch against anybody, against Rolly or nobody else. In boxing, no matter what promotion you're in, whoever is the undisputed champion, that should be number 1 on your list. Period. That's the problem I be having with Floyd.
What's so scary to me, and this is scary
shit,
is the fact that Devin Haney is undisputed champion, and everyone's quite like a church mouse. I mean, no one's calling this dude's name anyway.
Ryan Garcia too. Ryan Garcia
would rather fight Tank than fight for the
undisputed title. I don't get it.
Concerning. This is worse than the Andrade situation.
Hold on, let me piggyback. And that's right. Let me piggyback off that. So Floyd said, "Oh well, y'all don't worry about Tank. Don't worry about what Tank doing. What did you talk about? I'm like, Tank don't have a legit belt, and he can go get a fight for the undisputed championship right now.
Right now.
Right now. He can make one phone call and they can make that happen right now.
Facts.
Right now. And all you got for me is, oh, don't worry about Tank and what Tank doing. What are we doing? Like, what are we in this for? Like, let's not devalue the undisputed champion. Devin Haney should be number one on everybody's list at 135.
But that leads to what I said. That politics that was mentioned in the comment, that's underneath who the king is. The king that y'all can argue in the court, man. I'm over here sipping wine, eating these grapes, waiting for one of y'all chumps to step up. Basically,
this is there's a saying where if you guys can fight over the bones, I want the prime cup. Yeah, you guys fight over the bones, like literally.
Yeah, and that's a great point, man. Like that's a great point because Floyd and them like to kick this A-side shit, and Ryan Garcia too. They kick this A-side shit. Like, no, Devin Haney's A-side. I don't give a damn about ticket skills. Like, he's A-side. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
You mute me.
No, I didn't.
Oh, never mind. It went quick. Anyway, let me say this. Devin Haney's the type of dude that'll negotiate and still be the B-side at Undisputed. He's already proven that.
Agreed.
I think if the money's right, I think his greed level is not there to say I'm not going to take that fight. I think he's more of a boxer. His camp, they're more of the historic chase along with making money. You know what I'm saying?
I know we got off topic a little bit, but like Haney Tank, who wins that fight?
Tank.
Haney.
I think Haney wins that fight.
Haney keep him at range.
I think Haney
keep him at range.
I'm gonna get that one moment where he can capitalize and knock him out, bro. I'm sorry.
See, I don't think he knocks that.
I don't disagree with that, but I think Devin has shown us he can take a punch.
Like, not against Tank, but he don't take punches against Tank. He go to sleep against Tank. It's different.
I mean, he didn't really knock Rolly out. He caught Rolly running in. Rolly used his own weight, his own pressure,
stand up.
And he wasn't really.
That was a legit knockout. That John was clean.
But Rolly helped, bro. Rolly helped.
Oh, well, that's what a counter shot does. That's what a counter shot does.
I disagree with that, but bro,
not when you're running into a counter shot, bro.
I've seen isolated moments.
Different.
I think Tank, Devin Haney will be schooling Tank, schooling, winning every round. But he's just gonna have that one isolated moment where he's gonna get put to sleep. Like he does have lapses in concentration in isolated moments, and I think that moment will come against Tank. And Tank's a bit like Wilder, bro. When he lands, it's over.
If Tank don't land that money shot, he lose that fight 9-3 easy.
Bro, all I can say is when you've pitched 2 12-round shutouts in the past 3-4 years in your boxing career, you gain the undisputed. It's not a lot of guys I could put over you right now. And
but
that's
Tank is different, though, bro. Let's keep it real, bro. Tank is not Norris. Tank is not
Shane.
Tank is not Jojo. He's not Cambosa.
But Shane is very consistent as well. There's some fighters that they just gonna land a money shot. They can land a money shot. I just think Tank is nowhere near the boxer Devin Haney is. And the thing I don't like about that fight for Tank he's going into that fight knowing he gotta land a money shot.
But Devin Haney's going into that fight. Devin Haney's going into that fight knowing that he's only gonna win by points. He can't stop.
That's with every fight. That's with every fight though.
Yeah,
damage counts. I think he could do damage. I think he could, Tank being a light-skinned fighter, Devin sticking that jab. You know what I mean? You can start eating to the face and make it look worse than it actually was. So damage counts when you're Devin Haney as far as not being a puncher.
I feel like it doesn't. I don't feel like to a certain degree it matters because I feel like Devin Haney's gonna win every round as long as that fight's going. It's just can he avoid the money shot?
Can he avoid the money shot? That's really the whole key to that whole fight. Can he avoid the money shot?
Can't disagree. Yeah, let's get back on topic. Get to the comments.
Let's get back on. 93 Octane Herkovich versus Zhang is IBF title eliminator on AJ's undercard. Obviously, Eddie Hearn is trying to hype up a potential matchup. No, that's 100% facts. L Dub Boxing WBO is next in the rotation for the Usyk versus AJ winner.
Undisputed Trump's mandatory, bro.
Yeah, for sure. They're gonna make undisputed. Yeah, Johnny Rice, yes, sir. L Dub, Carlos Takam fighting Makhmedov on September 16th. Makhmedov just signed with
That's the name
Top
that
Rank.
they need to go and put in there with Jared Anderson, Makhmedov.
That's a good fight. That's a good
Anderson.
fight. That's a good fight. L Dub, Johnny Rice. Yeah, we could not think of that name to save our lives. L Dub said vlog. He said, you don't have to look up anything if I'm in the building. That's a fact. Big shout out to my man L Dub, the plug, man. Like
salute.
And you know what? L Dub name
Boxers Encyclopedia.
Yeah, his name getting big in these streets, man. Especially in Twitter, man. Like a lot of people are going to him for that information, man. Like we do. So big shout out to him. YSM Anderson knocked Fury out cold. Not a rumor, it's a fact. Fury fell like
so did David Price, bro. So did David Price. You guys are still not. David Price done the same thing to Tyson Fury in round 1, in 1 round. It doesn't mean anything. Like literally, it doesn't mean anything. It's sparring.
It means nothing for you European dudes.
I mean, bro, I'm just keeping it real, bro. Like you guys can use that as confidence boosters as much as you want, bro. If a spar is a spar. That's all. A spar has no significance to a fight, bro. No significance whatsoever.
So what they do it for then?
Preparation. It doesn't mean you're gonna win a fight. It doesn't mean you're gonna win a fight.
So it has significance, bro. You don't do anything if it don't have. So all right, that's like saying I'm gonna go fly a plane for preparation for a fight. Does that have significance?
No, you're not understanding. When I'm saying it has no significance, I mean significance to the result if you were to fight me. Because, bro, if I'm in a we've spoken about
you keep falling into a deeper trap. Bro. So you're all right. So running, that's like saying jogging don't have no significance to whether you can beat the other fighter. So why jog?
It's not about that. We're talking about if you were to spar me today, Blunt, if you were to spar me today, and then we have a fight, a professional fight under the lights tomorrow, there's 2 separate events. For one, I know you know this, Blunt, and YSM knows this as well, which is why I'm so shocked. YSM's seen hundreds of spars. 9 times out of 10, bro, when a sparring partner comes into a spar, you are doing scenario-based sparring. You're doing a scenario-based sparring. So that means you'll be in the camp. Okay, you could have been the 3rd person to come in the ring after 5 rounds. You could have been the person, okay, in this spar, I just want you to use your jab. In this round, I just want you to be off the back foot. You've seen this numerous times in the spar, bro.
You was in the city, wasn't you? You was in the city, wasn't you?
Of course.
Do they spar like that regularly, or do they get in there? Or do they get in there? Hold up, Shane. Let me finish my question. Or do they get in there and dance?
Boots was in the spar, and when he was sparring, he had at least 5 sparring partners, and it was all different rotation, bro. Some rounds Boots fought off the back foot, some rounds Boots fought on the front foot, some rounds Boots fought in southpaw. Bro, he was styling on these dudes, bro. Styling, literally doing.
I didn't say, Shane. You see, you're avoiding the question. I said, do they not get in there and dance? I didn't say they don't have moments where you're working on different tasks. But in general, sparring is about tuning your body up, being able to accept shots, things like that. So you got to mix up. You got to get in there and dance, basically. That's what sparring really does. Sparring isn't about learning how to counterpunch. You can use it, but that's not gonna be your way to win a fight. But go ahead, Jeff, man. I don't want to hold you.
No, you good. No, I will say this. It is a case by case thing. You do have some situations where a guy has success against a guy in sparring, but they're gonna lose every single time under the lights. And then you got some situations where sparring, guys getting off on somebody in sparring, but he would do the exact same thing under the lights. Like it's like if you take Like back in the day, Oliver McCall, he used to go toe to toe with Mike Tyson
all the
every
time.
single day. But you put him underneath them lights, Tyson going to put him in the dirt every single time. You know what I'm saying? But then you have a situation with like you take the Fury situation, like so you take Jared Anderson, right? So he's not the only person to give Fury problems in sparring. There's a couple of people that then gave Fury hell in sparring. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the difference between the sparring session and the actual fight is the atmosphere, the stakes, and the lights. You know what I mean? And I know in Philly, it's like in basketball in Philly, somebody that look good in practice but don't do nothing in the games, we call them layup line legends. They do all this fancy shit in the layup lines and all that, and then when them lights is on, it's something completely different. So it's really on a case by case basis. So if you take Jared Anderson and you take Fury, if you want to take that sparring session, and if you feel like that sparring session is prevalent to what he would do in the ring against Fury, that's cool. I'll give you another prime example. Spence gave Floyd the business. I'm not picking Spence over Floyd in the fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not picking him over Floyd in the fight, but he got off on Floyd. He got off on him. But then Spence beat up Broner in sparring. Spence is gonna beat up Broner every single time under the lights. It's a case by case basis, but I get it from your end, vlog, and Shane. I get it from your end. It really just depends on who we're talking about. If we're talking Anderson and Fury, I personally have to go with Fury because he has shown me under the lights. And that's the only reason. That's the only reason. And I'm not saying Jared Anderson ain't capable. Jared Anderson is in that category where I'm like, he's just going to have to show me. He hasn't shown me yet. I just want him to show me. But he is very skilled. You know who he reminds me of, bro? And I know we getting off topic. He reminds me of Riddick Bowe. That's who he reminds me of, like the skill set to me. He reminds me of Riddick.
I'm not a Riddick Bowe fan at all, bro. I'm not a Riddick Bowe fan.
You are, man.
Hold on.
Hey, bro, he went and doubled down on his haterade today. He doubled up on the measurements.
I like American fighters. You guys know this. I'm just not a fan of Riddick Bowe, bro.
Why though?
I was raised in the Lennox Lewis household.
I knew that's what it was.
You know this.
Take your Lennox Lewis glasses off, man. We talking skill set, bro.
He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter.
Yeah. And that's what Jared Anderson reminds me of, man. Like really, really skilled big man that can kind of do it all. But yeah, I mean, it's a great fight. Jared Anderson, F.A. Ajapa. That's a good fight.
Man, he beat the brakes off of F.A. Ajapa. F.A. Ajapa is not landing nothing clean on Jared Anderson. That's over.
That'll be the best fight on his resume, though.
He don't need a fight on his resume. He in the boots category. This title fight is,
You need names.
Right now. He needs a Dubois. We need to get down with Dubois. We need to get down with the Joe Joyce winner. We need Chisora, a respectable name. I think he dog walks him in 5. We need something.
Yeah, but he needs
top
names.
rank is over there. They do business over there on the same side.
Yeah,
so getting one of those names should be easy.
I agree, and that's why I know Tony Yoka is making his U.S. top rank debut in October. Stay tuned.
Sleep.
Plug back at it.
He sleep. He sleeps. Tony Yoka. Easy.
Jared Anderson fighting on.
I got a name for Jared Anderson.
Back on the card too.
I got a name for Jared Anderson. Seeing as how we're in this realm, Michael Hunter. That's a name for Jared Anderson.
Ooh.
Man, Michael Hunter ain't got the weight to deal with a dude like that.
I'm just giving you a name, bro.
That's a good fight.
I respect that name. that name.
That's a good fight. He said he's fighting this month in Tulsa. Yeah, for sure. 290, 375. Big shout out to you. Am I the only one who thinks AJ just fights super awkward? I had to be honest with you. He fights super basic.
Yeah,
he fights super basic.
He fights opposite to awkward.
He's
opposite to awkward.
290. He fights very basic, but then when we say he's one of the best offensive fighters in the heavyweight division, when he opens up, it's his punch variety that he got every punch combination you can have as a
Literally.
heavyweight. He can give it to
Bro,
you any way you like it.
This dude
Any way
can
you
throw
like it.
every punch correctly. Like if you were to teach someone how do you throw this punch correctly, you're probably gonna show them a picture or video of Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, he's very skilled offensively, but I don't think he's awkward at all. L Dub knocking Fury down 2 times is the third fight is the better. Hold on, knocking Fury down 2 times in the third fight is better than Parker hugging 5 for 12 rounds and getting dropped by Chisora.
I can hear the fan in you, L Dub. I can hear it. I can hear the fan in you. I can hear the fan in you.
Bro,
No, that's not a fan. He's going to my thing. Who's the bag, bro? Who's the bag?
Okay, bro. Well, I don't even care. If I'm a fighter, I'd rather have 2 wins in my resume than 2 losses. I don't care, bro. I'd rather have 2 wins in my losses. Bro, you got knocked out in front of your wife. I don't care, bro. You got knocked out in front of your wife. I don't want that, bro. There's no win there.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, Dub, I don't agree with that, bro.
I got your back, Dub.
Steve Cunningham got a knockdown against Fury. I ain't mentioned that when Fury came back and knocked him out. Did you win or did you lose? Like that's really what it comes down to. Like,
that real.
2 wins is better than 2 losses.
Hold up. We still talking about a dude that had one of the greatest historic runs in boxing. He has a resume. Let me finish, bro. So you have 2 losses. Does that knock you out of the campaign? No, it don't. Does that take your mark? Does it take the marquee off your name? No, it doesn't, bro. This is still the front runner in boxing now, especially that his quote unquote nemesis is retired. The door's wide open for him. All he got to do is kick it in and get rid of Helenius. But I'm worried about his ability to fuck with a dude that can box.
Can I ask you a question?
Don't let them 5 losses on Helenius' record fool you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever gone to a betting shop and said, I know this dude lost 2 fights, but he did get a knockdown, so can I claim my winnings? Have you ever done that, bro? It's all about whether they won or lost. That's all that matters.
I'm not arguing that. I'm talking about marquee ability. Mine goes to the argument of why he's still number 1. His fight coming up places him in a title situation. Grab that vacant title.
But I don't understand why you keep bringing up the bag, and you bring up the bag more than the losses.
Literally,
because I don't understand that.
Because the ranking of the fighter, the acknowledgement of the fighter to bring in money rates you as well with your abilities. And like I said, hold up, we still talking about a fighter that was on a historic run.
But the historic run is ended.
Okay, now it's time. Hold up. Okay, now it's time to start another one. He's jumping in deep waters. He's taking on Robert Helenius.
Let him win first. Let him win first.
Yeah, we can talk after he wins.
That's why. But that's why I said the winner should be the WBC champion. That's why I didn't say he's going to win. I just said the winner should be the WBC champion.
Well, let me get this off real quick. There's not one fighter in this sport that can come off of 2 championship fights and 2 knockout losses, and his next fight is a title fight. I don't care who it is.
I mean, I
is that acceptable?
All right, hold up. I can counter that. I can counter that with a lower weight scenario. I can counter that.
No, give me Wilder scenario. Is that acceptable in your book? It's not acceptable in my book. I don't care.
Okay, I got a question for you.
I'm gonna be honest.
I want him to answer that.
If you're Deontay Wilder, I might have to cut you a break, bro. That's like Ali S type shit. I ain't saying he's Ali. I'm not saying he's, but when you're done great things like that, you had a guy that you just couldn't get rid of that doesn't knock you out of the party, especially if that guy left the party. You still in the party.
Where do you got Canelo right now? Where you got Canelo right now?
I got Canelo as the undisputed champ at 168. He's number 1. He hasn't lost some belts, has he?
Can I ask a question?
I'm just saying. I'm just checking.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
If Usyk beats AJ, based on your logic, because AJ generates more money than Wilder, he should get a title fight in his next fight. Based on your logic. because he lost twice in a row. So his next fight should be a title fight.
No, hold up. I'm gonna answer that. I can respond to that. If logic goes smart, and I understand the WBC is about making money, hopefully Deontay Wilder wins, grabs that belt. AJ doesn't win against Usyk. I guarantee you they'll make AJ versus Wilder for that WBC title. That's a mega fight.
Okay, so you're basically saying that he deserves to have. I just want to get.
No, so I'm just telling you the money is still about the money. I'm not saying he deserves anything. I can't argue with deserves.
Does Wilder deserve to fight for a world title? Because L-Dub's making it sound like he deserves it, justifying it by saying
no. I'm saying I'm only saying based on what they did, bro. If they didn't have him at number one, I would not say his fight with Helena should be a vacant title fight. Okay, like if that belt is vacant, I would not say that. But they have him number one.
That makes sense.
Fair enough.
That makes sense. That's fair. That's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair for sure. Brendan Smith, I think Tank will KO Haney. I don't get it. If it happens, I wouldn't be surprised.
You correct, bro. You correct. But when you dealing with boxers that's smart, defense is always first. So accepting that KO punch is always at the tip of their brain. So you know what I mean? It's gonna be hard to do when the dude is looking for it. So
it's hard going into a fight. It's hard going into a fight, Brennan, knowing you got
to win by KO.
You got to win by KO.
Look what happened with Barrios. He was getting outboxed. He almost didn't get that done, bro.
Yeah, facts. Brennan said Haney doesn't have a good name on his record.
I don't know.
Let me say this, B. Haney got all them straps. So we don't care about no names at this point. Y'all argue out there in the courtyard.
Listen, hold on.
Hey, listen. He outside the castle gates yelling, "You ain't the real
king." But that's what I'm saying, though, Brennan. At the end of the day, bro, like he's
I'm fucking with you, B. I'm fucking with you.
And that's just what it is, man. That's just what it is at the end of the day. He said Tank has skills, he can KO him. Listen, Tank has skills. Like, we're not saying that he doesn't have skills. What I'm saying is Devin Haney's the superior boxer. And anybody in the sport is going to tell you Devin Haney is going to outbox.
You got to look at the tail of the tape, too. Length, footwork, both equivalent. So, I'm giving Devin Haney the edge because of length. If you say the footwork equivalent, the length going to snatch the advantage back to Devin Haney's side.
Speed, and he's a slow starter. And Tank is a slow starter. He's giving up the 3-4 rounds away easy. Like 290 said, I think Tank walks Haney down, but who knows? And I'm not saying he can't. I'm just saying he going to walk through hell to walk him down. I ain't never seen Haney get walked down.
Let's say it's a 50-50 fight. I lean Haney, y'all lean in Tank. You know what I mean? We can meet at the ticket window and see who cash out. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 fight though.
Yeah,
it's a 50-50 fight.
Tank can land a money shot and get a knockdown and can still lose that fight. He needs more than one. If he don't get a knockout, he needs more than one knockdown to win this fight. That's how good of a boxer Devin Haney is.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But Tank can do it, though. I want to make that clear. Tank is more than capable. 93 Octane, who has shown to have more lapses in judgment, Tank or Devin? Devin is going to give Tank sensory overload and frustrate him like MacGyver defusing a bomb.
He went old school.
I know 93 Octane at least in his 40s.
I know another statement that works in Haney's favor as well is the fact that a lot of Tank's knockouts come against dudes who are throwing punches, who are aggressive, who catches them in transition. Devin Haney is ultra defense, so it's very difficult to catch a dude like that. You know, clean. Like he caught Rolly on the way in. He caught what's my dude's name? Leo Santa Cruz, because he was being offensive. He took advantage of an offensive maneuver or an offensive attack. He took advantage of Barrios, who was naturally aggressive. So yes, I do understand that Tank is gonna have to seek and destroy, and he's not used to that. But I do think eventually he's gonna get him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a respectable argument either way, man. I'm not saying, it could go either way. Brennan said Haney has no chin and power. It amazes me people say Haney don't have a chin. He's literally taken one shot in his career. One. Vlog, am I lying? Am I lying, Vlog?
And walk right back to his
now,
corner.
Hold on. Now, he did do a Ron Osley dance move to the corner, but he went back to the corner, though.
He took that high step. You know how you missed that step on your way in? Okay, I caught myself. I'm back. It's cool. It happens to everybody.
93 Octane, Loma Privilege entered the building. Please place your concessions in the basket. So we don't give Loma no privilege over here on these parts, but I mean, he's lined up for a Haney fight after Campbell. And to be honest with you,
I want to see it.
Yeah, I want to see it, but at the same time, I was just like, it's fortunate it happened the way it happened, because I was like, if it wasn't for Lomachenko going back to his country, Haney wouldn't be in the position that he's in right now. So everything worked out for the better, you know what I mean, as far as boxing's concerned.
Viva la Russia! Viva la Russia!
This nigga's crazy.
My guy Mike Statton in the building said, "What's going on, crew? Sorry I'm late to the party. Much respect, dude. I'll bet Haney's jab versus anyone in the lightweight division, hands down. Yeah, he has a top 5 jab in the sport, like hands down. Like his jab. Top 5. Give me 5 others that's better, Shane. Devin has a top 5 jab in the sport.
You know who jab I like? AJ. When he used that jab, he good with it.
Yeah. I wouldn't say top 5. I wouldn't say AJ top 5. Errol Spence.
No, I ain't say top 5, but for a big dude, he good with that jab, bro.
Yeah, I said Devin Haney got a top 5 jab in his, and Shane gave me the lemon face. Shane gave me the lemon face.
I would say Errol Spence without a doubt, number 1.
Got you.
I'm thinking.
Come back to me. Come back to me.
Out there.
Come back to me.
I'll come back to you.
Yeah, come back to me on that. Okay, so T.O.'s got he got a long way to go at 140. So are we all in agreement that Figueroa and Lipinets is the better matchup over Figueroa and Broner? Better entertainment, fight entertainment purposes.
No. Boxing hardcores, I don't know. Nah, I think AB and what people wanted to see. Like people, like I said in my whole, if y'all fuck with me on IG, I put the little clip up. I'm crying. I'm just upset because I've been hard on this boy, but I truly respect the talent that he had or has. I don't know. We want to see. That's why it would have been more entertaining to see a flash of that old AB, but yet we getting the old AB. So fuck with me on Instagram, boxing #1 ST vlog.
After submit, Devin Haney's got a top 5 jab. I've gone through the division. I've gone through the division.
That's undisputed.
Give me other 3. What's your other 3? Shane?
Now, I put him at first. So first, I had Errol Spence. I think Errol Spence has the best jab in the sport. I think his jab is amazing.
Y'all gonna be mad at me.
I think number 2 is Bivol.
I already know where Vlog and Ray go with it. Go ahead.
Bivol, number 2 is Bivol. I think Devin Haney is number 3. And I didn't think of anyone else. I didn't think of anyone other than that.
I agree with that top. I agree with that top 3. But can I tell you how much I know Vlog, yo?
Go on.
Let me tell you how much I know Vlog. Right. and I'm gonna say it in advance. It's me, baby. I already know. He's gonna mention the boxer whose initials is BE in that category.
Of course.
I'm just saying, baby.
Am I correct?
Come on. I mean, how can you not say that though?
It's J.E., not B.E. It's
Bruce Ennis, baby. We
It's
know
J.E.
on the birth record it's Ron, but that's
Boots Ennis for the people that don't know.
That's Bruce Ennis, baby.
J.E.
Come on, baby.
It's not
This
B.E.,
is
bro. J.E.
Bro, if
I
you
know it's
want to
J.E.,
make
but
a
he calls him
Terminator
B.E.
as a boxer, you make Bruce Ennis. Like if you had a term, y'all remember the movie The Terminator? I'm sure y'all do. Imagine if that was a boxer. You going to get Boots.
Yeah, is AJ in my top 5 in terms of jabs?
I got a name that y'all probably had off the radar though.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
Tony Harrison.
Ooh.
Tony Harrison got
That's how much I know
Tony
boxing.
got a good jab. Tony
jab when it's on. It's on.
Tony jab.
That
Listen,
jab won the first Charlo fight.
Vlog,
if you call it upset,
I gotta give it to you 100%, bro. I gotta add Tony, and Tony's in my top 5 in terms of jabs. But it's on. He got a real good jab. He's in my top 5. I'm trying to think one more person because I agree with all the ones Shane said.
I can't argue with
Spence, Devin Haney,
Bivol.
Tony Harrison,
Definitely
Bivol.
Stan Jonas up there since what he did.
I like Stan Jonas' jab too, though. Stan Jonas got a good jab. AJ got a good jab.
I want to say someone who I don't think he has a jab where you can say it's one of the best, but it's different to everyone that we just mentioned before. And I'm talking about a walk down jab. And that's what, like, to me, walk down jab, you know, it's a few fights.
Earl got a walk down jab.
Oh yeah, Errol's got. And that's why Errol's the best, bro. Errol is the best, bro. Errol's jab is the best, bro.
I don't know what your criteria is. My main criteria for this is if you had no other punch, can you win a fight off your jab?
Facts. That's how I looked at it.
Yes. Bivol, yes. Haney, yes.
Oh, hold
Tony,
up. Hold up. I think we slipped on a name who actually showed he could win. He could be in a fight at least. Gary Russell. Gary Russell jab now.
Gary Russell got a good jab. I don't think I got him top 5 though.
I think that was
I can agree with that. I can agree with not top 5 because he don't show it enough. But I think his jab is sweet.
And he's got good boxing IQ as well. So that
who else got a good jab too, yo? Shakur got a nasty ass jab too.
We getting deep.
But you know what though? I was gonna say Shakur, but this is why I didn't say him. Because when you think about it, Shakur's got everything. Shakur's got everything.
Right.
So it's difficult because this nigga's great, bro. This dude.
I don't, bro. I'm gonna say this, bro. I don't think his jab is as good as Boots because I think Boots' jab he can use it in so many different ways. He can walk you down with it. He can feint you to death with it. He can counter jab defensively to make sure he keeping distance. Oh, you getting too close? Pop jab, keep distance. Like I don't know. Like Shakur's jab is more offensive. I don't think he uses it defensively. I can see Boots being so well rounded with his skills that his jab is third, fourth dimension with it. You know what I'm saying? Because it is so many. Like you said, the walk down jab is the key jab. That's the number one jab. Get to your opponent, killing with the money shot. But if you need it in other ways, I think we got to go with Boots to be able to be, you know what I mean? Like I said, use the word dimensions, use it in different varieties. I got to go with him. Shakur, to me, I think his jab is more offensive. I don't think he uses it defensively because he doesn't get in trouble.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? When has he really been in trouble to have to say, pop, stay up off me? You know what I mean? You know, that pop jab, that distance jab, it leaves even a range jab where you just stick it out there. We don't really see that from Shakur.
Joe Joyce got a good jab as well.
Oh yeah, but it's slow. That's the only thing about Joe jab, man. You can see it coming, but if it land, boy, it's gonna hurt. It's a juggernaut.
So yeah, I mean, he definitely yeah. What am I gonna say? Yeah, Joe Joyce definitely has a good jab. Definitely does.
Ooh,
now,
yeah. Joe Joyce got a good
based
jab
on
too.
his size, Zhang jab can be hurtful. Based on his size, the boy that's fighting Herkovic this weekend. Based on his size, if he's able to use that jab, efficiently, make it count every time he throw it, that could be a hurtful thing, man. That's like, what I mean? That's a push broom, bro. It's hard to get around that.
No, that's a fact.
I don't know if it's elite, but if it's used right, you know what I mean?
Yeah, are we forgetting anybody with an elite
Virgil
jab?
got a consistent power jab.
Frank Sanchez?
Frank Sanchez got a good jab. I like Virgil's jab too. Virgil
Postal
got a nice
good jab.
Postal got a good jab. Virgil got a good jab. And we in a good era too, because you're seeing a lot of guys they operating off the jab.
You know who had a great jab, but they don't really fight much? Korobov. He had a fantastic jab, bro.
Korobov had a real good jab. That's a good one.
Who on your side? Who on your side, Shane? I think we left. We might outside of AJ.
Recently, if I'm being honest, one person who I do think deserves a notable mention, even though they're coming off a loss, is Lyndon Arthur.
Lyndon Arthur got a good jab. Yeah.
What's the boy that Richards? I like his jab too.
Craig Richards got a good jab. It's not a versatile jab.
Back to his face, though.
Yeah, that's what we were saying when you had stepped away.
Back to that face quick enough.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. That's why I gave Boots number one, because his jab is 3/4 dimension with it. He can use it in different ways. I gave him the edge over Shakur. I think Shakur's jab is more offensive.
Yeah, because I thought Boots in the jab category is similar to like you putting Roy in the jab category. Like Roy had a really good jab.
Sugar Ray.
Actually, Floyd had a really good jab. It was a matter, I never put them on the list because they were so dynamic that they used everything but the jab to get the job done. So it's Boots
don't forget that jab. He might have forgot that hand.
He don't forget it. He don't forget it, but he don't. I would say probably 80% of his shots is hooks. Is everything outside
but
of
even if you look at Boots though, if you were to look at who throws the best hook, if you look at who has the best footwork, who has the best head movement, who has the best catching skill, he's gonna be top 5 in most of them. He's gonna be top 5 in most categories. What are we saying? There's no point saying this dude's name. He's gonna be top 5 in most of them.
I'm not giving him the jab one because I gotta put him everywhere else. I gotta keep him off the list somewhere. Like it's kind of like Mike Jordan, and when he was playing, like you could give him the MVP every year. Like you know what I mean?
Let's be fair.
Yeah.
It's Boots.
Let me run through this. I think we missed one. Did we get that one? If AJ uses his jab, Mike Statton, if AJ uses his jab versus Usyk, he has a chance to regain his titles. It was the key in his victory against Ruiz in the second fight.
Southpaw, though, bro. That southpaw is very difficult to land the jab against an elusive southpaw, bro. And he was struggling to land it in the first fight as well. He doesn't have the placement with it.
Now this is why I'm glad we getting back here. I think Garcia can show him how to counter a southpaw. Use his power to counter a southpaw and make the shots count. Because what I can say, we haven't seen Usyk's chin tested. And if you want to test it and be conservative, because we talking about energy and we talking about AJ, you just worry about counter punching while you're coming forward. Because you can counter coming forward. Wait for the reply, bing. And southpaw is the subject. So I'm just saying.
I agree with everything you said, Lord. You know the one problem I have with AJ, and he's been in the game so long, I don't know why he doesn't do it. The difference between the fighters that don't have a problem with the gas tank and the guys that do, the guys that don't have a problem with the gas tank, they find a good minute and a half to 2 minutes somewhere in the middle of the fight
to
kind
take
of
a break.
recharge the battery. AJ never finds time to recharge the battery. Like he's
He
literally
doesn't manage around
Let me,
well.
doesn't
let
manage
me counter
around
you.
very well.
Let me counter you right there. I think he does when he's winning fights. Like when he knew he was in cruise control against Ruiz, he didn't look winded at the end of them
Fact.
12 rounds.
That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? When he's winning, I think he knows how to catch his breath. He knows how to give away 30 seconds here, give away 20 seconds there. But he's catching his breath, and we might not be noticing it. But it maybe it's something I'm ahead, and he feels so comfortable. But
that's a solid
trouble,
point.
It's taking energy from him too, because his nerves are going. You see what I'm saying? His mind going 100 miles an hour.
Bro, I'm with you 100%. That's a solid point. But even with that being said, you've been in the game long enough to, even if you are in them uncomfortable moments, you still have to find that minute.
He has been fed everywhere through his entire career, so he's never really had the chance to be independent enough to actually rely on those ring understanding. Okay, this is a minute I can just to take a breather. You know, everything's always been put on a plate for him. So if everything's been put on a plate for me, how are you gonna be angry at me if I don't know how to cook?
That's a good point. Good point for sure. Brennan said Haney is a bad person in real, like you trying to say in real life. I don't know what your interaction has been with him. I heard he's a pretty solid dude though. But Mike Stanton, what are your thoughts on Conor Ben Eubank Jr.? I've been hearing Eubank is moving down and wait to take that fight. Yeah, that fight is at 157, Mike. 5
pound same day rehydration.
5 pound same day rehydration. So basically, the night before the fight, he has to weigh in.
I mean, if you look at it though, now I'm not a fan of the fight, but I'm a fan of the negotiation with the weight because it's a 10-pound difference between each guy's specific division, 10 pounds or so. You know, I mean, 168, 147. So y'all meeting at 157. You know, rehydration up to 162, still giving Eubanks an edge with whatever size you want to say you get at 162 to a guy that's 157.
Bro, Eubank ain't got no edge as far as that rehydration. That's the point. Like that's the bad.
I just need to know if it's rehydration at the venue or in the morning.
If it's in the morning, he'll be fine. If it's in the morning, he'll be fine. If it's at the venue, vlog, let me throw it to you this way. Let me tell you why that's a bad look for Eubank Jr. So whether Eubank is fighting at 160 or 168, so we're not talking about his weigh-in weight. We're talking about his fight weight on fight night. He's used to fighting at 180 plus on fight night. You're asking him to fight at 162 on fight night. That's 18 pounds plus that he's not going to have on his body. He's going to be a dead man walking with only a 5-pound rehydration.
Now, the only thing I can say, Jeff, based on the style that he gave us in the last fight, it actually works in his favor that he doesn't have that extra weight on. Stay to outside, stay behind the range that he has the advantage, bigger fighter, longer. Stay behind that jab. It could actually work against him if he's trained right. Things
you need energy for that. The fight
if everything is processed properly, it can happen. You got enough time, bro. This fight ain't until October.
It's the 157's not the problem for me. I think he'll make 157. It's that rehydration that's the problem. And if it's at the arena, you're gonna see it completely.
Now that could be a hiccup. But again, if your nutritionist game is it's the modern day, bro. We know how these dudes, they scientific with it, man. They using all this NASA equipment and all these breathing things and taking all this nutrition. I think it's possible. Again, my disagreement is the fight makes no boxing sense.
Agreed.
Again, but we talking about the bag. Now remember, I was fighting for the bag earlier. This situation, right. I'm saying the bag don't make no sense. It's a bag that hurts each fighter. Because if you lose the bag, quote unquote, losing the match. It
it's
kind
just
of takes some steam off you.
yeah, it's in everything that you said, bro, in terms of like the scientifics and nutritionists and all of that is for you to get to the weight. The scientific stuff is pretty basic and simple when it comes down to rehydration. It's just he can do little to no rehydration. He eats a plate of food, he gonna be up like 8 pounds. Like, you know what I mean? Like the reason it's bad is because for him to get to 157, that's gonna be a lot of water weight.
Yeah.
So he puts that water back into his system. It's a chance he could do liquids and be at 165 in a couple hours. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a big problem. Now that's a good question for Rob Costa. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
we probably have to ask and get him on. Probably
yeah,
close
I
to
tried to
the
get him on to talk about that, to give more insight on that. Big shout out to Rob, man. 93 Octane Bivol has a very educated jab, different variations on deck all day. It's definitely him and Spence and him 1-2 as far as jabs. Like, they got the best jabs in this world, and they're not the fastest, most athletic guys in the world. It's just you can't
accurate. Active jab and accuracy is key.
Yeah. Brennan Fury has a good jab.
Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that.
It's good because it's a long jab. Like,
yeah, that's what I said about Zhang's jab. It could be, you know what I mean, troublesome to get around.
Juggernaut Joyce got a mean jab. Yeah, he got a nice jab too. I think Joyce is in my top 10 as far as jabs.
Yeah, for sure, because of the power.
Yeah, Wilder has a jab.
Yeah,
I like the thing I like about Wilder's jab is a piston like jab, and this is you rarely see that with the powerful guys. It's usually slower and heavy. When he get on the outside, like, Wilder can whip that jab out, like he whip it with speed. So I like Wilder's jab as well. He's not my top 10, but I like his jab though. Like I like his jab.
The problem with Wilder's jab don't come with foot placement. That's the problem.
Yeah.
There you go.
I like
issues.
Yeah,
you leaning over it too much. If you too far on the outside,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
That foot placement
gotta be right.
Vlog, you made a great point too earlier. Like, Gary Russell got a real good jab. Cool Boy Steph got a good jab. Rice Salim got a good jab. It's a lot of guys that got a good jab.
What about
Josh Taylor's jab?
You got this young cat, Xander Zayas. He the new hot boy, coming out of Puerto Rico. What you think about his jab and his future? How far before we looking at real competition for him, bro? Because I'm not seeing no real competition yet.
I think that's the key. It's when do you step him up? When do you step him up? You know what I mean? Like, I agree 100%. He's a really good fighter. He's at a point now where he's mowing a lot of guys down, and I think
that he's supposed to.
Yeah, but I think they're moving him a lot better than they moving like a Joey Spencer. Joey Spencer's getting moved like hell, man. The way they're moving him, it makes me believe that they don't believe in his skill set. Like, they don't believe in him long term. Like, they're just milking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he hasn't had that marquee fight yet, and he's been getting these type fights for years.
He reminds me of Josh Kelly. I think they're kind of in the same boat. Ooh. It's like the people that's backing them is real iffy about, just really throwing them out there to the wolves. They don't want to, waste whatever bag they've already invested in these young cats. So I can get it from a business standpoint, but as a boxer, these dudes gotta, they talents gotta be tested.
Definitely, bro.
I think Josh has, but I can say Joey Spencer hasn't, but Josh got a rebound to me. And you're coming up soon. I only got to fight time.
Yeah. We're gonna get through this last comment and jump about this joint. 93 Octane, how about fights that make sense for each respective division? Eubank versus Jamal and Ben versus Batayev or Ugas. Why does Eddie want to kill off both? So let me get into that real quick. It's simply because of the bag. It's simply because of the bag. Because I mean, Eubank has plenty of action at 60 or at 68 he can get, and Ben has plenty of action at 47 that he can get. He can bring guys up from 40 to 47 and have plenty of action. So this is simply the biggest bag, and that's really what it is. Y'all want to add on to that?
No, you nailed it. You nailed it. And but let me say this to Octane. It depends on what side of the street you on when it comes to level of fights. Ben taking on Batayev at this point in his career, trying to be on a title run, they might not want that smoke. So he's across the street. So it ain't even worth even talking about, because it's a problem if you do get the fight, and is the money worth it? So again, it's problems on both sides. That's why you don't see fights like that as often as maybe we should. But maybe, Batayev become a free agent and he'll go get lowballed. They might be able to get him with maybe a Niacin or somebody like that over there. But Batayev is he a dark horse for PBC. So I doubt Showtime or anybody they let this cat go right now.
Yeah, Batayev, Batayev's that's a good fight, man. That's a good fight. But we're gonna close this out, man. 2 hours strong, man. Second straight day, real good podcast, man. Definitely been cooking up. G5JeffTV.com, man. Get there, man. Third season of the Fantasy League, starting this Saturday, man. Like we got a big week, like we literally gonna be on like every day, pretty much all week, man. It's too much boxing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? We got, I got kind of back in order. Well, same thing. So, we're gonna be right back to business as usual. But give me your social media, good brother.
Man, I'm on Boxing First ST. That's the number one. So first with the number one STVLOG on Instagram. Hit me up on Twitter. I'll be busy on there tomorrow. Talking about the card coming up. What we need to do this week is definitely break down the fights that's on the platform, bro. That's going to definitely drum up the interest. Okay, they got these fights. Like, we just saying it's there. We really got to break the fights down, giving our picks too. That way we can get guys that want to go against us, and they going to definitely jump in there and do that. So we got to do our own part with marketing this a little better too. So maybe tomorrow we can dig into the card a little bit. Shane, fix that, man. Fix that when you can after you get some rest, bro. Lay down, get you some rest. Fix that.
We'll do.
Hey, man, give me social media, Shane.
I'm Shane the number one.
I'm all over the place, man. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, G5JeffTV, website, G5JeffTV.com. Articles are coming as well on top of the Fantasy League, man. But, that's what we doing, bro. So, this is a great podcast, man. We can be right back at it tomorrow. So, on behalf of Boxing First Vlog, VP Shane and your boy G5JeffTV, man, 14 tomorrow. We out.